Hi everyone, my name is Heather and I'm back with another process video for you today. So if you've been watching my videos for a while, you know that I am part of a Facebook group, and usually about every month they post a sketch for a challenge, and it's just for fun. It's not a prize challenge or anything like that. If you saw at the beginning of my video, I showed a picture of that sketch, and I believe this is for February. I could be wrong. My days are running in together. I can't believe it's already the middle of March now. So but anyways, I really enjoy, if you've been watching my videos, you know that I love sketches and I love to follow sketches, and it's really cool to see that they do this with the Facebook and see how everybody else views the sketch and what they do with it and how they play with it. So I really enjoy playing along with this sketch challenge. I don't always get to, but I definitely try. So the sketch called for a large triangle in the bottom left and a small triangle in the upper right. And I'm going to start out in that direction, but I am going to change the way my page is facing here in a little while. So the sketch also called for some borders around not only the triangles, but around a huge border around the entire layout itself. And I'm going to kind of play off that idea, but I'm not going to completely have a border, and you will see what I mean in a few minutes. So I'm going to apologize now. My dog won't stop barking at the neighbors, and I have a beagle, so they're loud. And even though he's outside or she's outside, she's still being really loud. And trying to get her to stop, but nothing's making it work right now. So anyways, I apologize if you can hear her. So I am using my scrappy tape to glue down this triangle, and you can see the reason is because if you can see it in the video, you can't see it 100%, at least I can't in the screen I'm looking at, but I left a little tiny white border from the white cardstock background around the entire triangle, and that's a little bit of what I mean that I'm playing off the borders on the sketch itself. So I am inking all my edges with my black Close to My Heart ink, and I laid down that pink triangle first, and then I'm going to lay down this triangle so that it just has a small pink border. And the reason I'm using my scrappy tape is because I can just take off one of the backings from one side, and I can get it where I want it and place it down. So that holds it where you want it to go in place, but it also gives you a little bit of time to make sure it's situated on there right. Just using scrappy tape for things like that just really is helpful. So the collection I'm using today is Close to My Heart, and I believe it's called Chalk It Up. I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that, but it's a very old collection, and I'm actually pretty happy. I haven't gotten that many layouts out of this collection, but I do another layout, which I will show you later on at this crop. And I didn't have a whole lot left over, and I believe whatever I have left over that's not a full sheet, I'm going to go ahead and put in the scrappy box. So I tried to use the black paper, the black pattern paper. It's kind of got like a chalk look, which I'm usually not too crazy about, but I really liked the one that came in this collection. And I tried using it, but it just didn't work too well. And this pink, I don't know if you can tell in the photo, my daughter is wearing a pink shirt, and it's almost the exact same color as this pink cardstock piece. So I went ahead and mounted my photo on this pink piece, and here is where I'm going to turn the layout like 90 degrees or whatever, or 180 degrees, so that the triangle, the large triangle, is now on the bottom right, and I will make a smaller triangle in the top or left. So here's another way that I am playing off of the borders, is that I am going to mount this entire background onto the pink cardstock that I used to mount my photo, but I'm only going to have the pink show on the left, the left-hand side and the top. And so that kind of just plays off the border aspect of the whole sketch also. And I think it helps just give a little bit of added interest. I didn't really want to do the pink all the way around, so I like the way that this looks instead. And please forgive me my voice. I think I've moved on from a cold to allergies, so it's still kind of scratchy and not 100%, but going to a crop on Friday, which is actually the day that this will probably publish. So I want to get some layouts recorded, and spring break is coming up, so I want to get all these recorded so that I don't fall behind on my Tuesday, Friday schedule. So I'm going to go ahead and mount my photo with some foam tape, and I was originally thinking I could use that swirly flower border. I had that in with this kit. It did not come with this kit. I threw some things in with this kit that I thought would work well with it, but I don't think I end up using any of those things. Here's where I'm going to... at first I was thinking maybe not doing the upper triangle, but then I decided that I wanted to, so I could add a cluster up there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to somewhat line this paper up along the same angle as the other one. You can kind of see me doing that here. And I'm just going to mark where my pencil, and I'm doing it that way so that it will have the same angle as the other triangle, so that there's not an awkward space difference. I hope that makes sense. So I'm just going to trim that down. And then I'm going to put that on the pink pattern paper, and I'm going to go ahead and cut that down. I'm just making sure that the angles are right. You can see me there just kind of lining them up. And see, I'm just marking on the pink pattern paper the same angle so that it also has the same angle. And I'm going to trim that one down. And I did think about putting the pink on top of the layout up here, but when I put it up there, it just was too much pink, and I wasn't really crazy about the way that it looked. So I am going to put the pink down first. You can see me playing with the idea right there, but I just thought it was too much. Also, the arrows on that pattern paper went the wrong way if I flipped it over. So I thought, I'll just put it on there the way that so it matches the bottom. And I'm also going to leave a slight white border around it here on the top. So when I put this pink piece down, there will be a slight white border. And I think I might have put that one on just a little bit crooked, but it was glued down, and I thought it's not that big of a deal. It's not a very big border. Nobody's really going to notice. So that is how the layout is going to look as far as the background papers. And now I'm going to go through all of the chipboard pieces. The chipboard pieces I've already taken off. They came on like a full sheet of chipboard pieces, and you kind of had to punch them out. But this was a long time ago. Oh, hang on. Sorry about that. My clock started chiming, so I wanted to get that off there because it can be kind of loud on the videos. So I'm just looking through all the chipboard pieces that I have, and going to be honest with you, I love the sketch, but I'm not really crazy with how this layout turns out. I don't hate it, and I'm not going to go back and change it at all. It's not one of my absolute favorites. But I also believe that with scrapbooking, you can't love every layout. I think that would be almost impossible. And I imagine when I go back and look at it in the future that I'm going to look, oh, I really like that layout. So I'm not that worried about it. Again, I like it. I'm not in love with it. So basically, this is a photo of my daughter on her senior year. This is her senior year right now currently, and this is the first day of school, and this is also the first day that she is driving herself to school. So I liked that big word school. I tried to use that blue banner, and I think that says first day of, but that blue was just too blue with this, and it didn't work. So I am going to use the word school, but you'll see how I finish the rest of the title later. So I'm just placing my elements around on the page, and one thing when you're doing your clusters, there are some people that think all of your items in your clusters have to touch, and I want to say I don't agree with that. I think you can go where they all touch. I think you could go where none of them touch, kind of like I'm doing in this layout here. And I think you could go where some touch and some don't, which is what I usually do. So don't feel like you have to follow any certain rules as far as it comes to clusters and whether or not your elements all touch. Sometimes it helps draw them together, and other times sometimes it's good, but don't stress out about it. If you like the way something looks, then by all means go for it. So there was a piece of chipboard that was kind of like a street sign with people crossing the street, and I really wanted to get it on this layout. You will see me play around with it here in a few minutes. It's not going to make it, but I thought it kind of went with the theme really well of her driving to school for the first time. But yeah, like I said, it just doesn't make it on there. And I was trying to figure out if these chipboard pieces were self-adhesive or not, but they are not. So I'm going to use my Tombow glue to glue most of them down. And I am going to take a minute to cut all the little knobby pieces off that were left from when I punched them out of the chipboard backing sheet. Those things don't bother some people, but they drive me crazy. I think I'm too OCD to leave those on. So I'm just gluing these glasses down. You can see me cutting the little knobbies off there. I like how the clusters are going at this point. So you know me, if I like how it's going, I'm going to go ahead and glue them down. And one thing I'm trying to keep in mind is I want a little bit of each color in every cluster. So right now I have that school is kind of a greenish color. It's kind of a yellowish greenish. So but I have that, and I have the black, and I have the pink in this cluster. I am going to add a little black circle to this cluster to add just a little bit more black to it in a few minutes. And because at this point I'm actually struggling with how black that big circle is up in the top left. I feel like your eye is just being drawn to that area more than anything else. So you're going to see me try a couple different things in that area instead of that black circle, but it does end up being the black circle that goes there. So I'm just gluing down a couple of the elements in this cluster, and now I'm going to work on the bottom cluster. And I've got the pink up there in the top left cluster, and I've got the pink, and then this arrow, I think this arrow is a green, but I can't really remember. And this little circle is pink, so I'm going to glue these down here in this bottom left cluster. And I'm liking how that looks, so I'm just going to keep going. There's that street sign I was talking about that I thought might be perfect for the layout, but yeah, it just was it wasn't the same green. It was kind of more yellow, and it just didn't look good. I thought about using this globe for a little while, but then I felt there was no black at all in that area, and I didn't like it as much. I do leave it there for a few minutes, but you will see me go back to that, and I'm going to change it. So these puffy stickers were another item that you could purchase that were made to coordinate with this kit, and I love these puffy stickers. They're so cute. See here, I put the black circle back. I just decided I didn't like anything else, and I liked the black up there. So I can go ahead, I glued that down. I just used my ATG gun for that one too. And now I'm just looking at the puffy stickers again, and I'm going to add a bunch of puffy stickers around the page. And I'm going to try to make sure when I'm adding the puffy stickers around the page, I'm going to try to make sure that, again, I'm bringing all the colors around to each cluster. So right now I'm looking for some these little letter stickers. I don't know what you call these, what the name of them is, but tile stickers, I'm not sure, but little block letters, I guess. And I'm going to put down the words off and to, so the title is going to be Off to School. And then in my journaling, I didn't want to put first day of school because she's going to have separate first day of schools pictures where I took her picture without the car. So that's why I've just put off to school in this one. And then I'm in the journaling, I'm just going to write how this is her first time ever driving to school. And I have to tell you, it's so nice that she can drive herself to school now. So I'm playing around with the puffy stickers, bringing the green up to that cluster on the left, bringing a little bit more black. I thought that I added a black circle to this cluster here. Maybe, oh, I can't remember. But here I decided I wanted to add in my journaling before putting anything else around, just to see in case I wanted to add something in the journaling. And this is just a pack of journaling cards that I bought from Close to My Heart a long time ago, and I keep them in my crop bag just for times like this when I just want some kind of journaling, although I'm running out of the good journaling ones. So I just cut off all the other everything else on it. I don't know what it even said before, but I just wanted the lines. And so I'm going to glue that down, And then I think I'm going to go ahead and do my journaling now. And yep, I'm going to go ahead and do the journaling. Sorry, I guess I could have cut this out for you, but like I said, it just basically says this is Kaylin's first day of driving to school and how nice it is for me. My daughter Kaylin is almost 18, and I also have 2 other kids, and the youngest is only almost 9. So I'm going to be driving kids to school for a while. Both the schools that they go to currently, we live too close, so the buses don't pick them up or take them to school. So it has been really nice. Plus with her going to work and all these other places that she wants to go, you know, teenagers, they want to go here and there. So it's been very nice not having to take her. So, oh, I forgot that I did this on the layout. I'm also taking a very thin, actually I think I take like a 0.1 maybe or a 0.3. I took 2 different sizes, and I'm going to add 2 lines. I think that at least this is the layout. Maybe I only add 1 line. I'm sorry, I did this at the crop and I can't remember. It's been a few weeks since the crop. So I just wanted to add just a little something there. And so I just kind of doodled, I guess you would call it. Just drew a straight line. You could see me use my ruler along both those triangle edges, and it just gives it a little something more. So I'm just again finishing up with looking around with excuse me, I'm getting all tongue-tied now. I'm looking around at my puffy stickers and which ones I could use. I wanted to put something in that little, on the journaling box, in that little area where there's a little bit of space, but I'm not sure if I can't remember if I get anything on there or not. I guess I should keep the layout next to me doing this, and then I can tell you these things a little better. So I might have to do that for the next video. I tried adding 3 of the stars into each cluster, but it was too much up in the top left. So I didn't do that up there. And going to take my favorite color of splatters, and I'm going to add some splatters around, and I'm just covering up most of the elements because they're chipboard. They will suck that in really quick. So other than that, I do believe that this is the end of the layout. I can't remember if I added the date or not, which I might have to go back and do now that I think about it, but it is her last day of school, so there will be other pictures in her album at the same date, so I'm not too worried about that. But there are a couple pictures for you at the end. Here's just a close-up of the main cluster, and then you will see the final layout. So thanks everybody for watching. I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Goodbye.